Okay, so complex variable, always remember z is equal to x plus iy. Z is equal to x plus iy is known as a complex number. And whenever we have to represent a complex variable, you must remember that is f of z is equal to u plus iv, or w is equal to u plus iv. Where you having variable, you also having variable x comma y, or you having variable x comma y, and we also having variable x comma y. So see why these things are known as a complex variable, because you having x comma y, we having x comma y, and the variables are combined with u plus iv, where u is a real part and v is known as an imaginary part. That's why this variable is known as a complex variable. Earlier you learned that is a complex number only. In that only you have to study about x plus iy, means real part and imaginary part. Here you have to learn that is the imaginary and real part, or real and imaginary part. But you also consider, you also carrying a xy variable, we also carrying xy variable. So please remember these things, or this is just a small introduction about the complex variable. I'm just going to explain why I written as a w this part. Suppose I have point 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3. So according to this means what, x we having that is 2, and y we having 3. According to this part, I can draw a one simple graph. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. We have to draw, so x equal to 2. So this is, if I considering that is 2, and y is equal to 3. So that this point we have to consider, we have to draw that is 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3. Just going to shade this area, shaded this area. Now suppose I have any function f of z, I have any function f of z is equal to z square. Now this is my z plane is given. So what is my f of z? According to complex variable, f of z is equal to what? U plus iv. And what is the value of z? Z क्या होता है? That is x plus iy. So we have to take as it is x plus iy. Just simplify this part, x plus iy raised to power 2. So just I'm going to simplifying this part. So u plus iv, which is equal to x square plus 2x iy minus y square, a square plus 2ab plus b square. So y square kept as it is, and value of y square is minus 1. So we have to just equate u is equal to x square minus y square. I'm just equating real part and imaginary part value. V is equal to what? V is equal to, we are considering that is only 2xy. You have to equate, this is real part, so x square minus y square kept as it is. This part is known as the imaginary part. So iv is equal to 2x iy, I get cancelled, so v is equal to 2xy. Now according to this, we just got two functions. One is a u is equal to x square minus y square, and v is equal to 2xy. So just we have to put the points, whatever the points is given. So I'm just putting that is 2 comma 3 is given. So points x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. So just put here, so while putting u is equal to, are getting what? 4 minus 9, 4 minus 9, so remaining is minus 5. And v is equal to, you will getting what? 3 to the 6, 6 to the 12. So you are getting u is equal to minus 5 while putting x equal to 2 and y is equal to 3 here. And you are getting v is equal to 12 while putting x equal to 2 and y equal to 3 here. So we are getting that is new points, that is minus 5 comma 12. So now we have to draw one more graph here. This is I just represent as is a z plane. Z plane. Now I am again going to draw x axis, y axis, but not we have to represent x axis. You have to represent as a u axis and v axis, and this is represented as a w plane. Now u is equal to given, u is equal to -5. So suppose I'm considering this is my -5 here something, and b is equal to 12. So suppose I'm considering 12 here. So suppose this is my point. So we have to just draw this point. So we have to just draw this point. Now see the image of uh, z plane and w plane. See z plane having the image in first quadrant and w plane having image in a second quadrant. So according to this, we can say that is this is known as a mapping concept. Means we have to map that is a z plane into w plane. Z plane का जो structure था उसको हमने w plane से मैप किया है, मतलब कन्वर्जन किया है यहाँ पे इस स्ट्रक्चर को इस स्ट्रक्चर में by using some functions. So actual use of complex variable is in your image processing and video processing, where we have to require that is a concept of a mapping. That time we required that is a complex variable for finding of the error or reducing of the error. So always remember what is a complex variable whenever I have to ask a questions, or whenever anyone asks going ask a question, or whenever an examinations a complex variable question is given. So you have to remember that is f of z is equal to u plus iv, and w is equal to u plus iv. You must remember this thing, f of z is equal to u plus iv, where u is also having a real part, and v u also having xy variable, and v also having xy variable. तो प्लीज रिमेंबर कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर में आपका क्या था x प्लस आई वाई, अभी x में फर्दर कोई टर्म्स नहीं थे आपके, x बाय डिफॉल्ट आपका क्या था real part tha, y by default it's your imaginary parts. Similarly here f of z is equal to u plus iv, u having a real values, v having an imaginary values, but u जो है वो भी दोनों variables के साथ है x y, we also having both the variables. So please try to understand what is a complex variable, how you can remember. It is again similar concept of like complex number, but you have to represent with u plus iv. Now, we moving ahead with the next topic, that is, this is just a basic definition of a complex variable. Now, the main important topic of this chapter is known as an analytic function. Analytic function. Now, what is analytic functions? Very easy and simple concept. Analytic functions क्या होता है? So always remember, suppose, or the definition of analytic function, whenever I say any function is analytic function, तो उसमें पहला तो conditions है. The first condition is what? Function must be differentiable. Function must be differentiable. Second, that is must satisfy CR equation, that is known as a Cauchy-Riemann equation. Cauchy-Riemann equation. Cauchy-Riemann equations. Now, just going to simplify this part. What is a Cauchy-Riemann equation? That is dou u by dou x, dou v by dou y, and dou u by dou y is equal to minus dou v by dou x, or sometimes it is represented as ux is equal to vy and ui uy is equal to minus of vx. So please try to understand what is a Cauchy-Riemann equation. Ux is equal to vy and ui is equal to minus of vx. What is analytic function? A function must be differentiable, must satisfy Cauchy-Riemann equation, then we can say that the function is analytic function. Now one more thing I am going to explain. Just wait. So the part B I explain is in Cartesian coordinate. Now this is generally known as a Cartesian coordinate x, y, and we have one more, that is for polar coordinate. Polar coordinate UR is equal to 1 by r into v theta, and u theta is equal to minus r into vr. So for polar coordinates, the Cauchy-Riemann equation is ur is equal to 1 by r into v theta, and u theta is equal to minus r into vr. So always remember, that is whenever we have to prove, because in examination either question will comes like we have to prove that is a function is analytic, or sometimes the function is given analytic, we have to find some unknown value. So please remember this thing. We are going to solve few numericals so that you will understand very well. One more time I'm going to explain what is analytic function. Function must be differentiable. Function must satisfy Cauchy-Riemann equation. The Cauchy-Riemann equation in Cartesian coordinate is dou u by dou x, or ux is equal to vy and uy is equal to minus of vx. If this condition are satisfied, then you can say that the following or the given function or the respective function is analytic function. And for polar coordinates, if the variables is like this variables, more basically what this variable particularly in uh, f of z u plus iv, where u having variable x comma y and we also having variable x comma y, because this is in Cartesian coordinates. But here is it is again written that is f of z is equal to u plus iv, but u having variable r comma theta and we also having variable r comma theta. So that's why we known as a polar coordinates. So always remember, if a question will come in a polar coordinates, you have to use that is this concept, that is ur is equal to 1 by r into v theta and u theta is equal to minus r into vr. So please remember this concept. Now I'm moving ahead with the first numerical. of complex, that is analytic function. Now we have to verify one by one. So the first numerical, check for analytic function. Check for analytic function from the following function. From the following function. So one by one we are to going to introduce the first question I'm get taking here. That is e raised to, or z into e raised to 2z. So this is my first question. We have to check whether the function is analytic or not. So one by one we have to introduce here very less number of attendance. Now z into e raised to 2z. We have to simplify. So this is your given function. So I'm just going to represent, that is f of z is equal to z into e raised to 2z. Z into e raised to 2z. Now what is f of z and what is z? All of you remember, all of you aware about this. So I'm just writing f of z, or instead of here I'm going to write here only f of z, which is equal to, what is z? Z is x plus iy into e raised to 2x plus iy. I can write z is equal to x plus iy. We have to we are going to simplify this part. So f of z, which is equal to x plus iy into e raised to 2x into e raised to 2iy. So just simplify this part. Now all of you remember, hope, e raised to I theta is equal to what? Cos of theta plus I sine of theta. I sine of theta. So we have to use same concept here in e raised to 2y, 2iy. So f of z is equal to e raised to x as it is, x plus iy as it is, and e raised to 2iy, according to this concept, it will become cos of 2y plus I sine of 2y. So we just simplify this part. Now again I'm going to multiply with this part. So f of z, which is equal to e raised to x as it is, so x into cos 2y, x into cos 2y plus I into x sine of 2y, multiply with this part. Next we have to multiply with this part, plus iy cos of 2y. Next we have to multiply here, so I into I becomes I square, and I square is minus 1, so you will getting that is minus y into sine of 2y. So we just got this result. So we have to just simplify. And what is f of z? F of z is u plus iv. So I'm just going to simplify real and imaginary part. So e raised to x as it is. Sorry, we have to use, that is e raised to 2x, because e raised to 2x here, e raised to 2x as it is. Now real parts are x cos 2y, and one more term is that this part, that is minus y into sine of 2y. And what is imaginary parts? This I wale part. So plus taking I as a common factor, e raised to 2x as it is, and I as it is outside. So the remaining part will becomes what? X sine of 2y plus y into cos of 2y, and the terms are exist. Now we have to simplify this part again, not simplify, we have to just separate this part, real and imaginary. So my real part will becomes what? E raised to 2x, equate these things, e raised to 2x x cos of 2y minus y into sine of 2y, and v is equal to e raised to 2x x sine of 2y plus y into cos of 2y. So we just got these things after equating this part with imaginary and real part, or real and imaginary part respectively. Now this is our function. Now we have to solve. Now what is how we can prove that is analytic function? Function must be differentiable. So and the CR equation must be satisfied. तो CR equation जो satisfied अपने करेंगे उसके लिए हमको differentiation करना ही होगा. So we have to apply with the differentiation concept. So we have to differentiate. So u with respect to x, I'm just taking derivative u with respect to x. Either you have to write ux or you have to write dou u by dou x. Same concept. So u into v I'm going to apply here. See, this is my u part, and this whole part I'm considering as a v. So just try to understand. E raised to 2x as it is, and derivative of v with respect to x. जैसे विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स करोगे, विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू वाई वाले पार्ट आपके जीरो होंगे अगर वो एक्स के साथ नहीं है तो देखो यहाँ पे तो एक्स एज इट इज है, सॉरी, यहाँ पे आपका x इंटू कॉस टू वाई है. सो विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स कर रहे हो तो x का डेरिवेटिव क्या हो जाएगा? 1. सो कॉस ऑफ 2y एज इट इज, and derivative of this part with respect to x treated as a zero or considering as a zero, because no x variable is present in these two parts. So this two part zero, so remaining as it is plus. देखो u एज इट इज रखा, v का डेरिवेटिव विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू x लिया है तो x का डेरिवेटिव 1 हो गया, cos 2y एज इट इज, एंड दिस पार्ट इज बाय डिफॉल्ट 0. नाउ v kept as it is, so x into cos of 2y as it is minus y into sin of 2y as it is into derivative of this part with respect to x, so 2 into e raised to 2x. 2 into e raised to, now I'm going to simplify this part. So ux is equal to e raised to 2x taking as a common factor, so the remaining part will becomes what? Cos of 2y plus 2x cos of 2y minus 2y into sine of 2y. So we just got ux. Similarly, we have to calculate vx, or first we have to complete u wala part. So u with respect to y I'm taking derivative. Again we have to simplify with the same concept. So e raised to 2x as it is, but next you have to perform here with respect to y derivative. So please try to understand. So x kept as it is here, and derivative of cos 2y is minus 2 into sine of 2y, minus 2 into साइन ऑफ 2y. cos 2y का डेरिवेटिव माइनस साइन 2y होगा, और 2y केप्ट इंटू 2 एज इट इज. नाउ माइनस साइन एज इट इज, यहाँ पे अगर फिर से देखोगे तो y इंटू साइन 2y विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू y करना है डेरिवेटिव. तो यहाँ पे दो y वाले फंक्शन है, एक अल्जीब्रिक है एक ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक है, तो अगेन इधर u इंटू वी रूल अप्लाई हो जाएगा. So what is u into v rule? First into derivative of second, so y as it is, derivative of sine 2y is 2 into cos of 2y plus sine 2y as it is into derivative of y is 1, so kept as it is. और ये पूरा पार्ट आपका कंप्लीट हो गया. प्लस देखो क्या क्या किया गया है, u एज इट इज रखा था, v का डेरिवेटिव विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू y करना है तो x एज इट इज, साइन cos 2i का डेरिवेटिव माइनस टू इंटू साइन 2i माइनस साइन एज इट इज। यहाँ पे दो फंक्शन है, एक अल्जेब्रिक y है और एक ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक साइन 2i है, तो वी हैव टू परफॉर्म अगेन that is a product rule, first into derivative of second plus second into derivative of first। अब पूरा v as it is लिखूंगा, so x into cos of 2y minus y into sin of 2y and derivative of e raised to 2x क्या हो जाएगा, derivative of e raised to 2x with respect to y, so this part is considered as a zero because we are calculating with respect to y। यहाँ पे y variable present नहीं है, so now again I am going to simplify u with respect to y, which is equal to e raised to 2x as it is, so this will becomes minus 2x sine of 2y minus 2y into cos of 2y and minus sine of 2y. So we just got ux and uy. Similarly, we have to calculate v with respect to x. So v with respect to x means this part. So again, this is my u and this is my v. So again, you have to use the product rule. So u e raised to 2x as it is, derivative of this part with respect to x. So x का derivative 1 हो जाएगा, sin 2i as it is. So only you will getting sin 2i plus पूरा v को as it is लिखोगे x into sin of 2y plus y into cos of 2y, derivative of this part with respect to x. So 2 into e raised to 2x as it is. Now again we have to simplify this part, ux vx is equal to e raised to 2x taken as a common factor. So the remaining is what, sine of 2i plus 2x into sine of 2y plus 2y into cos of 2y. So we just finished this part, v with respect to x. Now we have to calculate v with respect to y. So again e raised to 2x as it is, u derivative of v with respect to y, so x as it is, sin 2i का डेरिवेटिव क्या हो जाएगा, 2 cos of 2y प्लस, फिर से यहाँ पे देखोगे तो दो फंक्शन है, so you have to take as it is y as it is, and derivative of cos 2i is minus 2 into sin of 2y plus cos 2i as it is, and derivative of y is 1, so kept as it is, bracket completed, प्लस पूरा v वाला पार्ट लिखो आप, x into sine of 2y plus y into plus y into cos of 2y into derivative of e raised to 2x with respect to y you have to write as a 0. So after simplification you will get v with respect to y is equal to e raised to 2x as a common factor, common not common factor, kept this bracket as it is, so 2x cos of 2y minus 2y sine of 2y plus cos of 2y. So this is, we just got ux equal to vy, sorry, ux uy vx vy. Now what is a CR equation? Hope you remember what is the CR equation. So I'm just going to write one more time, by CR equation, that is Cauchy-Riemann equation, ux is equal to vy and uy is equal to minus of vx. So this is our CR equation. Now you have to check. Now if you are going to check, see the ux and uy, ux is equal to vy, or you can give this is equation number 1, equation number 2, equation number 3, इक्वेशन नंबर 4, फर्स्ट एंड 4, सेकंड एंड थर्ड द इक्वल होना चाहिए। इक्वेशन फर्स्ट इक्वेशन फोर्थ के होना चाहिए और इक्वेशन सेकंड इक्वेशन थर्ड के होना चाहिए। तो यू कैन सी फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1, 2, 3 एंड 4। अब यहाँ पे चेक करो, फिर से लिखने की जरूरत नहीं, वही चीज है। सो सी द फर्स्ट यू एक्स इज इक्वल टू वी वाई है या नहीं है। यू एक्स क्या था, ई रेस टू टू एक्स, वी वाई में भी ई रेस टू टू एक्स है। cos 2i positive is there, cos 2i positive is there, 2x cos 2i is there with positive sign, 2x cos 2i is positive sign, minus 2i into sin 2i is with negative sign, minus 2i. So we can say that ux is equal to vy. सिमिलरली नेक्स्ट चेक करना है यू वाई इज इक्वल टू माइनस वी एक्स। तो पहले वी एक्स वाले पार्ट को माइनस से मल्टीप्लाई कर लो। तो ये वी एक्स है, देखो यहाँ पे सब पॉजिटिव है, दिस पॉजिटिव दिस पॉजिटिव दिस पॉजिटिव। तो अगर इसको मैं माइनस कर दूंगा, माइनस से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूंगा, तो ये मेरा पूरा तीनों टर्म निगेटिव हो जाएगा, बिकॉज माइनस वी एक्स है। तो माइनस से इधर जैसे ही मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा ये तीनों टर्म्स मेरे निगेटिव होंगे। अब यू आई देखते हैं लोग, यू आई अगर देखोगे तो तीनों टर्म्स आपके निगेटिव हैं, लेकिन तीनों सेम टर्म्स हैं क्या। देखो इधर साइन टू आई है, इधर माइनस साइन टू आई है, इधर टू एक्स साइन टू आई है, इधर टू एक्स साइन टू आई है, इधर टू आई कॉस टू आई है, इधर टू आई कॉस टू आई, बट तीनों निगेटिव साइन है। हमको सी आर इक्वेशन में बोला ही है कि माइनस ऑफ वी एक्स होता है वो चीज़। तो अगर यहाँ से आप माइनस साइन कॉमन निकाल दो तो भी बात वही चीज़ है, अगर यहाँ से आप माइनस साइन इसको मल्टीप्लाई कर दोगे तो भी वही चीज़ है। सो आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू राइट फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1, 2, 3 एंड 4 यू एक्स इज इक्वल टू वी वाई and uy is equal to minus of vx. Therefore, the given function, f of z is analytic. is एनालिटिक। ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, जैसे ही फंक्शन एनालिटिक आता है तो वो डिफरेंशिएबल हो जाता है। सो आई एम जस्ट राइटिंग एफ ऑफ जेड is equal to z into e raised to 2z. This was our function. So we have to just differentiate with the basic concept f of z, f dash of z with respect to z करना है। So u into v rule or product rule, z into derivative of 2 into e raised to 2z plus e raised to 2z as it is, plus into derivative of z. So we can take as a f dash of z, which is equal to, we are taking that is e raised to 2z as a common factor, e raised to 2z. So remaining will becomes what, 2z plus 1, and this is our final result. When this CR equation satisfied, you have to differentiate the function with respect to z. So f of z is analytic function because this hold CR equation from equation 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4. We can say that the given function satisfied the CR equation or Cauchy-Riemann equation. That's why this is known as a analytic function. Once the function is analytic, you have to differentiate with respect to z. One more time I'm going to explain this part. 6 marks का question है, 6 marks के लिए आपको पूछा जाता है z into e raised to 2z था फंक्शन, सिंप्लीफाई करके सॉल्व किया गया है। z हमेशा याद रखो, z इज इक्वल टू एक्स प्लस आई वाई एंड एफ ऑफ z इज इक्वल टू यू प्लस आई वी। So z is our x plus iy, 2 raised to, and here again we have to substitute it 2 into x plus iy. Just separated this part, e raised to 2x into e raised to 2i. Now e raised to I theta, according to Euler's theorem, e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I sin theta. So we just substituted here, we applied that is 2iy, e raised to 2iy. So this part will becomes cos 2 of 2i plus I sin 2i. So f of z is equal to e raised to 2x x plus iy cos 2i plus cos 2i plus I into sin of 2i. Again we have to multiply with this two bracket, multiplied with this two bracket. and simplified here. Now at next step, f of z is equal to u plus ib. We are just going to separate it real part and imaginary part. Now, what are the real parts? E raised to 2x is by default common because it is in multiplication part or multiplication term. So e raised to 2x as it is. Now see, these are the real parts. रियल पार्ट किसको कहेंगे? जो आई के साथ नहीं हो. तो x cos 2i is a real part and minus y into sin 2i is a real part. So we just written here real part and imaginary I taken as a common factor. So I as a factor, e raised to 2x is a multiplication part. So kept as it is, and this are two are the imaginary part because they are multiplied with I. So we just written this part. So after this part we just compute with the left hand side. So real part is equal to, you are getting this part, and imaginary part you are computing with v. So you are getting v is equal to e raised to 2x into x sine 2i plus y into cos of 2i. Now you have to differentiate with respect to x because we have to satisfy the CR equation. हमको CR equation satisfied करना है. CR equation satisfied करना है तो उसमें u with respect to x derivative है, u with respect to y derivative है, v with respect to x derivative and v with respect to y derivative. So we have to differentiate one by one. So first we differentiated with respect to x. So while differentiating with respect to x, this is a product rule. So we have to apply the product rule. First into derivative of second with respect to x. So we are getting this part, and plus second into derivative of first with respect to x. So we are getting or simplifying with while getting equation number 1. Similarly, u with respect to y. So again product rule, first into derivative of second with respect to y. So first as it is derivative of second with respect to y. So x as it is cos 2y derivative will becomes minus 2 into sine of 2y. So kept as it is. So minus sign as it is. Now here again two functions are involving. So first one is algebraic and the second one is a trigonometric. So again you have to apply here a product rule. So first into derivative of second, so you are getting this part, plus second into derivative of first, so kept as it is, plus the main function kept as it is, or second part as it is, and derivative of the first part with respect to y. So here it is only x variable present, so this second part, the derivative of this part with respect to y is at 0. So this part is by default 0. We just simplified these terms and you are getting u with respect to y. Similarly, we applied here v with respect to x and v with respect to y. Always remember, whenever z into e raised to 2z or z into e raised to z kind function is given, this means clearly u with respect to y and v with respect to y, the second part is by default 0. So please remember, अब जैसे ये 0 दिखाया ये स्टेप में आप डायरेक्टली ये चीज नहीं दिखाओगे तो भी चलेगा, डायरेक्ट 0 लिखोगे तो भी चलेगा. So for just understanding point of view, I'm just representing this part. Now moving ahead with the next problem. Just a second. We have to solve one more numerical. Now the next numericals which I are supposed to take is a okay. Anyway, the next numerical I'm going to take. So you have to verify b sine of hyperbolic of z. sine of hyperbolic of z. So again f of z is given, f of z is equal to sine of hyperbolic of z. So we have to simplify this part. F of z is what? U plus iv, or instead of u plus iv, I will write this part in last step only. So f of z, which is equal to sine of hyperbolic of x plus iy, hyperbolic of x plus iy. So hope remember, you will remember this formula because already you learn in the same one, that is the hyperbolic functions. So I'm just going to write that is f of z, which is equal to sine of hyperbolic of x into cos of hyperbolic of iy plus cos hyperbolic of x into sine hyperbolic of iy of these things, or sine of a plus b sine a cos b cos a sine b. If you remember the formula, this formula, that is sine of a plus b sine a cos b plus cos a sin b, वही फॉर्मूला है, सिर्फ हाइपरबोलिक है तो kept as it is. Now there is a one formula, if you remember, cos of hyperbolic of, और इमेजिनरी पार्ट अगर दिया है आपको ये पार्ट, तो वो रिलेशन आपको याद होना चाहिए, because this relation is important, cos hyperbolic and sin hyperbolic of iy. So we have to just remember this part, if you remember, because sum is very simple and very easy. Cos of hyperbolic of iy is equal to something, means hyperbolic into circular function, and sine of hyperbolic of iy is equal to something. Anyone remember? किसी को कुछ याद है? Cos of hyperbolic iy is what?
I cos y.
I cos y. I think you just think थोड़ा सा और अलग आ सकता है हमारा. और only cos y, only cos of y, and sine of hyperbolic of iy is equal to I into sine of y. चेक करो एक बार अगर होगा तो आपके पास. ये कोसाइन जब टर्म था, कॉस टर्म था जो, तो वहाँ पे आप अगर देखोगे अच्छी तरह से तो आई वाला पार्ट नहीं आता था. इफ यू रिमेंबर, if you remember, that is when the cosine terms is there, or I can write this part as, अगर थोड़ा सा मैं इंट्रोड्यूस करूं उस पार्ट को, जैसे साइन ऑफ आई जेड था, तो उसको हम लोग लिखते थे आई इंटू साइन ऑफ हाइपरबोलिक ऑफ जेड, और कॉस ऑफ आई जेड था जब, तो उसको हम लोग लिखते थे कॉस ऑफ हाइपरबोलिक ऑफ जेड, cos of hyperbolic of z. So just we have to use the same concept here, but here it is in a hyperbolic format it is given. So we have to use the hyperbolic concept. So always remember, अगर याद नहीं है तो, cos hyperbolic iy which is equal to only cos of y, and sin hyperbolic of iy which is equal to I into sine of y. Please remember these two concepts because these are important. अभी आगे हम लोग ये भी कॉन्सेप्ट यूज करेंगे. So see, f of z which is equal to sine of hyperbolic of x into cos of y plus
relationship between hyperbolic and circular function. These four concepts are plus cos of hyperbolic of x. So sine hyperbolic I into, so I am writing here into sine of y. Now we have to separate the real part and imaginary part. So I'm just going to separate this part. So f of z is u plus iv, which is equal to sine of hyperbolic of x into cos of y plus I into cos of hyperbolic of x into sine of y. So the real part is what, u is equal to sine of hyperbolic of x into cos of y, and v is equal to cos of hyperbolic of x sine of y. So ux is equal to, जैसे विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू एक्स करोगे तो हाइपरबोलिक है तो कॉस हाइपरबोलिक ऑफ एक्स इंटू कॉस वाई एज इट इज, क्योंकि कॉस वाई तो कांस्टेंट रहेगा केप्ट एज इट इज. यू विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू वाई अप्लाई करोगे आप तो कॉस का डेरिवेटिव होगा यहाँ पे साइन, तो माइनस साइन ऑफ हाइपरबोलिक ऑफ एक्स एज इट इज इंटू साइन ऑफ वाई एज इट इज. Similarly, v with respect to x we have to apply, so sine of hyperbolic of x into sin y as it is. हाइपर कॉस हाइपरबोलिक ऑफ एक्स, कॉस में हाइपरबोलिक जब है तो उसका डेरिवेटिव निगेटिव नहीं होता है, प्लीज रिमेंबर. v विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू y जैसे ही अप्लाई करोगे तो कॉस हाइपरबोलिक ऑफ एक्स एज इट इज into derivative of sine is cos of y. So now check by CR equation. If you see by CR equation, ux is equal to vy and uy is equal to minus of vx. तो देखोगे तो ux is equal to vy है आपका cos hyperbolic x into cos y, and uy is equal to माइनस साइन ऑफ हाइपरबोलिक एक्स इंटू साइन वाई माइनस ऑफ वी एक्स. इसको जैसे ही माइनस से मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा सेम टर्म आएगा. देयरफॉर एफ ऑफ जेड इज एनालिटिक, एफ ऑफ जेड इज एनालिटिक. देयरफॉर एफ ऑफ जेड इज इक्वल टू साइन ऑफ हाइपरबोलिक ऑफ z. Therefore, its derivative f dash of z will becomes cos of hyperbolic of z. So please try to understand. We use this two concept. याद रखो cos में तो जैसे यहाँ पे cos में i है एंगल में, तो उसको कन्वर्ट करते हो तो हाइपरबोलिकली कन्वर्ट हुआ है. साइन के एंगल में i है कन्वर्ट हुआ है हाइपरबोलिक, लेकिन साइन के साथ i मल्टीप्लाई हुआ है. तो हाइपरबोलिक में भी याद रखो, हाइपरबोलिक में भी अगर एंगल में i है तो वो cos सर्कुलर फंक्शन में कन्वर्ट होगा, लेकिन उसके साथ i नहीं होगा, और साइन में हमेशा i प्रेजेंट होता है. ये चीज याद रखो, वेदर सर्कुलर टू हाइपरबोलिक रहे या हाइपरबोलिक टू सर्कुलर रहे, तो i साइन के साथ ही जाएगा. तो ये चीज ध्यान में रखो अच्छी तरह से. एक क्वेश्चन है, घर पे ट्राई करना आप लोग सब लोग. साइन ऑफ जेड ओनली, साइन ऑफ जेड, इसको एनालिटिक प्रूफ करना है. एंड वन मोर थिंग दैट इज want to say that is tomorrow we have one more tutorial, the whole topic of inverse of Laplace transform. सभी टॉपिक्स लाप्लास इनवर्स के जो हैं उस पे रहेगा. मीन्स यूजेस ऑफ डिफरेंशिएशन, कन्वोल्यूशन थ्योरम, मेथड ऑफ we can say that is a partial fractions, and हेवी साइड यूनिट स्टेप फंक्शन, और जो एप्लीकेशन ऑफ लाप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म है उस पर भी होगा. सो फुल चैप्टर पे है आपका इनवर्स ऑफ लाप्लास के, उसके ऊपर पूरे के ऊपर ट्यूटोरियल है. तो शार्प एट 10 AM you have to start practicing by today only, and from tomorrow we have to, I'm going to conduct that is a tutorial on the basis of a inverse of Laplace transform. Topics always remember, please remember, method of partial fractions, convolution theorem, uses of differentiation, Heaviside unit step function, and application of a Laplace transform or solution of a differential equation by using a Laplace transform. जो हमने लाप्लास इनवर्स में जो भी किया है वो सभी पे आपका ट्यूटोरियल रहेगा. tomorrow at 10 a.m. So please remember, and accordingly or according to that, you have to start with the study. Don't go. I'm just going to take the attendance. Okay, anyone having any doubts regarding this part, एनालिटिक फंक्शंस का पार्ट से किसी को कोई डाउट है कि ये कैसे सॉल्व किया गया है, कैसे आ रहा है? एनीवन, किसी को अगर डाउट है तो यू कैन आस्क और आइदर वेट, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू टेक द अटेंडेंस. अगर किसी को डाउट है तो फिर से उस चीज़ को कवर करता हूँ मैं. ड्यू टू सम इमरजेंसी वर्क आई जस्ट प्रीपोन द लेक्चर्स. जस्ट वेट. Okay, anyone having any doubts regarding the topics, or